intro. Um. Well, shit.
Welcome to Tree Hill, episode 1.
One. Oh.
He's your host.
It's your host, Welch's Grape.
We're sponsored by
Welcome
Walter
to One Tree Hill, episode 172, where I accidentally put that as a title to our goddamn Sunday Night
right?
Hill bullshit.
Wait, what
I said
number?
I switched it mid 172.
Oh my god.
Okay, the plot of this episode is. Do
trailer.
you like it? This fuck all over a bitch's
No.
face. She's calling
No.
white love.
No.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Nigga,
yeah.
you supposed. That's the ad lib.
Hell
right?
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sounds a little racist coming from me, but taking over the NXT as the Blacks.
Oh,
I don't like the way that sounds. Don't do that again.
Yeah. Oh.
that's the ad lib though.
Alright.
It don't sound that bad. That's all.
Even though technically that shit wasn't even an ad lib, that was actually part of the verse.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
Video.
rope.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, video. That's right. That isn't an ad lib. That's just how you start.
Yeah.
Oh,
Video.
welcome to Bone Town.
Want the black box?
I'm getting that black box right.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, we had an abundance
Oh,
of
God.
wrestling. going
Who
on.
so much wrestling in the span
Much
of 3
wrestling.
days. Too much wrestling.
Wow.
Nigga, at the same time, we would have, normally on a Saturday, we would have did a live reaction to NXT, but at the same time NXT was going on, we had ROH Supercard of Honor. At the same time, we also had UFC 223. And yeah, we were watching all three of those at the same time, so
Yeah.
we decided, we ain't live reacting to shit.
It's too much. So we decided to just make up for that by doing WrestleMania.
Yeah, except this year we decided ahead of time, even though we were still on Skype watching it, we decided to cut out live reaction for
The pre-show,
Pre-show?
Yeah. Couldn't think of
which
the
had
word.
one champion being crowned and
Oh,
two
yeah.
tournaments.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Cedric beat Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
And
nigga, that ill ass entrance. I
That was
had a
cool.
feeling that Mustafa was gonna lose, yo. Nigga, everybody who get these extra ass entrances always
and they lose.
Yeah.
They lose. And that was like the theme of Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Happened with
Shinsuke,
Shinsuke, happened with Triple H.
Triple H.
It's like everyone that gets a cool intro just loses. And that was it. Nobody else got a cool intro. Well,
So-
Charlotte did, but she won.
Yeah. Well,
She came out with
Oh,
the throne. Alexa Bliss came down from the sky.
Oh, I ain't even see Charlotte's entrance because
yeah, she came out. She
my
came
shit
out in a
fucked up.
chair. There's like the throne chair that Triple H had like 4 years ago, and then she had like these like Vikings like gladiator type dudes.
Yeah, they were like fucking gladiators,
Yeah,
Spartan.
Yeah, it
motherfuckers,
sucks
and-
because I missed like two matches that were probably two of the best matches on the card. Well,
Did you end
half
up
of
watching
both
them
of them.
again?
No,
I want to catch him after the show.
Probably not.
Probably not.
But I don't know, yo. I like have this thing about not wanting to go back and watch it like most of the time.
Oh, you got the old mentality. If you ain't recorded on tape, you can't watch it again.
Nah, fuck it.
You're gonna wait for Live Wire till on Saturday.
I
Man?
don't know.
Superstars.
Nigga, I used to be all about like replaying shit all the time when I was a kid. Now I'm just like, nah. I was like, I saw it once. I'm good.
Wait for
He
Sunday night.
saw fucking Saturday Night Slam Masters and he called it a rap. He said never again.
Hey, nigga, I'll play that video. I'll play that game.
I would hope he did.
After Mania weekend events, we still had more wrestling the next day and the next day. And if enough shit didn't happen at WrestleMania, boy, did shit happen on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, but shit. What was it? History was made at WrestleMania where we crowned it. I said crowned it.
Grounded.
Nigga. crowned
This
the
nigga don't know
youngest
how to
fucking
talk.
champion in WWE history at the age of 10 years old. And fucking
Some
Nicholas.
boy named Nicholas.
All right. Do we know anything else about Nicholas?
He is
He's
the
still got
son
shit,
of
John
fucking
Bone.
yeah. He is
Referee's
the
son.
of referee.
Famously known for barrel
John
rolling
Cole.
out the ring when the ring broke
Yeah.
between Big Show and Strowman.
Mm-hmm.
Did he pass?
Say what?
Did he?
Did he die?
No,
No.
he still rips.
Oh.
I guess they
So
just
what made
decided.
what made them do that?
I don't know.
Oh, but nigga, you know what shit I found out? Okay, so in that same crowd, right,
Yeah.
was two niggas who I know there's no way it would have happened, but two niggas who would have made really good partners for Braun Strowman. One was fucking you had Minoru Suzuki in the crowd. Nigga.
Yeah, Tanahashi was there too.
Yeah, and they said Braun was looking for a partner. Tanahashi raised his hand and people were pointing for him to pick Tanahashi. That would have been some shit.
Yeah, Tanahashi was there. Just walk by Tanahashi and pick a kid. Like, what? No. And then,
And this is canon. This is
and then he
official
had to,
from the record
sadly, we had a vacated tag belt on
Yeah,
Monday.
man.
Due to
Yeah, school.
scheduling conflicts
Yeah.
since he's still in school.
Mhm.
But,
But
Braun
how-
Strowman vowed that when he was done with school, they're going to go back for the belts.
The fucking
then
little
little
kids
homie said
saying
they
they going to get these hands. Here's the
Yeah.
thing. Alright. He remind me of these little kids that I went to school with, right? Back when
All
I was
right,
a
what
kid.
you about to say?
He remind me, he just one of them little niggas who want to act tough when he got a big nigga behind him. Because he was bitch ass scared when he was on the damn apron during WrestleMania. But then he in the back the next day talking to Kurt Angle, talking about he's like, yo, when I'm done with, he's like, when he's done with school, you going, yo, they going to get these hands. I'm like, nigga.
You think we'll see him
Nigga,
again?
you,
in like 10, 15 years?
when he's done with school,
I would say
he'll
you
be
think
a
see him
grown man.
again? You think we'll see him again in 10, 15 years?
No.
No.
Unless
Hey.
shit happen.
He
You
might
never
be a
know.
flippy shit. He's gonna be flippy shit.
You never know.
That's what all the wrestlers do. So Raw had a shit ton of returns and debuts. We're gonna run down a list
Wasn't
of
it
everyone
like
that decided to show their
4?
face. Had Ember Moon
Yeah.
and No Way Jose, who
Oh,
squashed this dude.
Yeah,
Came
he,
out like
he
Adam
just a
Rose.
random nigga, yo. At least he didn't squash somebody who's actually part of the
Yeah,
roster.
some regular dude. Oh, like Bobby Lashley did to Elias.
That was different. That wasn't a match though.
I know. And then we had the Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
And then
Who
regular roster returns from injury were Jeff Party Hardy and your boy Joey Samoa.
Oh yeah.
Where Samoa
But
Joe
Jeff
was on the
actually had a
stand.
match though.
You face, you beat Brock. Every time you beat Brock Lesnar, he beats you down. Says the man that lost after one F5 as opposed to
That's
Roman
different. He
losing
had
to
one
6.
match. That's different, yo. He had one match
No.
against Brock.
Exactly. But all it took was one. Roman was kicking out them shits like he didn't want to go to school and they tried to take the blanket away. He kept pulling that shit back. That boy was. You could have shot Roman. He would have been like, no!
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I was like, yeah, when you realize that at WrestleMania it took 3 F5s to beat the Undertaker, and then Roman, what? It took 5 to put him down. Or was it 6?
They like 6. One was in a table. I think he did like 5 in the
Yeah.
ring. I don't know. I think it's just stadiums, man. Stadiums just work. Have some sort of power that goes to Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but the crowd wasn't having it.
Nah.
Like-
Turns
like-
out that
like-
Vince caught that too. They changed the finish of the match mid-match.
Damn.
So Roman was
So
supposed to
Roman
win.
was supposed to.
Roman
yeah, I
was supposed
thought
to win apparently, and Vince changed it because he realized the crowd was not behind Roman. If only there was a way to tell
Nigga,
him that.
Really? Really? You ain't been paying attention the last
That's it.
3
If only
years?
there was a way he knew that before.
Nigga, I just feel like they would do. Yeah, it's because like at WrestleMania they like to quote unquote send the fans home happy. So
And
yeah.
guess what they're gonna do when at the next big show. They're gonna be in Saudi Arabia.
And then they're gonna put the belt on Roman.
Yeah, because they love Roman Reigns. Because if you are any YouTuber or any content creator in general that does wrestling, you're gonna get all these people asking for Roman Reigns, whether it's like the beginning of the match or not.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the Roman Reigns win. It's like 7:05. The show just started. Did he win? No, he's like probably not even there yet. So of course he's gonna have a huge ovation just for being there. And imagine if he wins, he beats Brock for the belt in front of all those people.
He's gonna do it.
That's gonna look amazing on TV, and that's what Vince wants. But then when they get back to the States that next Monday,
Or do you think the actual overall plan is just to have Brock Lesnar squat on the belt until he eventually beats fucking the length of title reign of CM Punk?
2 months?
Probably.
All he needs. 2 months.
Yep, to get
He holds the
CM Punk
belt for
fuck out
2
of there.
more months. He will beat the 434. I believe the 434, 34, 35.
Well, so that's going to be in line so that they end up, finally taking the belt off of him at SummerSlam?
And you know what good timing that would be? In 2 months, CM Punk has a second fight in the UFC. 2 months is what it takes for Brock Lesnar to beat the record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the
CM
only
Punk
difference is when Brock was in the UFC, he fought top competition right off the bat. So
Yeah. No, I was saying, like, what would be bad if, like, CM Punk loses again?
Yeah, but you gotta remember, the UFC was different back then.
it was, yeah, that's what.
A lot of them niggas could not fight, and wrestlers was fucking everybody up.
Yeah, but like, what was it? The only wrestlers in the heavyweight division were Brock and Randy Couture.
Yeah, Randy Couture.
Exactly.
I feel
Think
like
about
they re-signed him, but I don't think I think it's a multi-year deal, or I don't know if it's just to lose the belt, but I heard them say that he'll be able to fight for UFC
He still
and be in the
needs-
WWE.
Did he
Still
even
able to
declare
fight for
himself?
UFC?
Did he even declare himself eligible to have to go
publicly, at
through
least.
drug testing? Yeah.
Not publicly. This is so weird because didn't Dana White say, yeah, he's gonna come here? You know, he's definitely coming here, 100%. And then still champion, still in the WWE. It's like, are you two working
man.
together?
Yes.
Is there some money? I don't know, man.
And apparently, from what I heard, Dana bounced from the crowd as soon as Ronda's match was over.
Oh,
so-
absolutely. Get the fuck out of here. They showed that's the first nigga they showed as soon as that bell rang.
As soon as she
Ah,
made
you win,
Stephanie
Dana White.
tap. Yeah.
Like, hey, buddy, how you doing? You're not supposed to be here, but you're a fan, but you're getting a lot of TV time, and not more TV time than John
Cena and pregnant woman.
and pregnant chick, whoever pregnant chick.
No, here's the thing. I don't even know why the hell we didn't think of this, but like, I saw the same comment like after WrestleMania was over when I went on Twitter, and I just typed in Cena pregnant. Like, so people would say, he's like, man, they should have made it. He's like, because the whole event, people were saying, yo, he's like, the only justification for the pregnant woman being right next to Cena the whole night is if she goes into labor during the event and Cena delivers a child and then it pops out and it's the Undertaker.
Yo, that's insane. It just didn't help that every time they showed him, they had like a wide pan
Yeah.
of like everyone next to him, and it was just the chick. Just it looked like she was with him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's John Cena with a pregnant woman. I don't know. What else happened on Monday? Oh, Paige.
Oh,
Paige
finally officially.
finally announces
Announces
what was known months ago, but I feel like this is the right place to do it, considering 4 years ago, that was where she debuted on Monday Night Raw.
Mhm.
So she said that she was retiring and that she would have to do something else.
Yo, but if you realize that she also went and said, well, Daniel Bryan is somebody who gives her hope. So I think
gives her hope.
she's thinking that maybe somehow she can manage to get cleared again.
But I feel like it's a different.
It won't be anytime.
It's a
soon
different
if she doesn't
scenario.
get cleared.
Her neck was fucked, and then she had like a surgery where they told her not to, and I don't know. It's a mess. But I am happy that she's still there because fast forward a day,
Mm-hmm.
Shane McMahon comes out and announces the new GM for
New
SmackDown.
GM, yeah. And she make a Well, she didn't make the match, but kayfabe wise, she made the match. Fucking AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan first night, first SmackDown after WrestleMania. It's like, god damn.
And in kayfabe, she made both the Usos and Randy Orton compete for a number one contendership match, as opposed to them already having a rematch for having been the champions that got pinned and having a rematch clause. But they both won their matches. I don't know why the hell Randy won. Who wants to see Jinder versus Randy again?
Yeah.
The crowd is like oozing Rusev Day.
Yeah.
No. Oh, they edited out. Remember when Paige was about to announce who Daniel Bryan was going to face? The crowd was just chanting Rusev Day.
Yeah.
On WWE YouTube, that does not exist. The crowd chants AJ Styles both times.
God damn it.
Yep, they just splice it together. Because remember, she's like, oh, and his opponent will be...
Yeah, they started off with Rusev Day.
And then she's like, his opponent will be... You just get the one. Yeah, you just get that. Rusev Day. No. Non-existent. And then we find out that The Undertaker, the man who was being forced out of his comfy life for a month to show up in front of 70,000 people.
He's going to be at the greatest Royal
He just
Rumble
shows up.
ever.
He's going to have a random match, uncalled. No one threatened him to show up at Saudi Arabia. God forbid he didn't want to leave from one part of the U.S. to the other. He wants to go from the U.S. all the way to Saudi Arabia to be originally planned to be Rusev, but something happened. Something happened. We don't know. And now Rusev is not in the match, but instead it is Chris Jericho.
Is Rana pregnant? Or could Rusev
And then,
have
to add more salt to the french fries, Rusev deletes all mentions of WWE on his Twitter.
Oh, damn.
Saying that it'll be Rusev Day somewhere else.
It's not going to be Rusev
Rana
Day.
tweeted out when they announced the match saying that she didn't want Rusev to be in the match. Match got changed. Rusev takes everything off of WWE and tweets that thing, and we don't know anything else. I don't know. I don't know if they're working us or if he's generally displeased with the fact that there's thousands and thousands of people yelling his name every week.
I think he's been displeased.
Yeah, I feel like it's culminating. I don't know. Like WWE has this thing where they're an entertainment business, but they don't take too kind to entertainers figuring out ways to entertain people.
Yeah.
It's like Rusev Day.
Get yourself over, and they're gonna shit on you.
Right, like it is.
Yeah, they don't want you to get shit. I hate that, yo. They don't want people to get themselves over.
They're doing their job. You're like, oh, we've out entertaining people around the world, all over the states, whatever. That's what they're doing. Just because you didn't come up with it or you didn't, have that much of a say in it, doesn't make it that much or that less. And, it doesn't devalue the fact that they're entertaining. People are having fun. They're buying shirts. They're buying, they're screaming, they're making good TV, nice sounds on TV. They're getting over. No, you can't. We didn't come up with that. It was too organic, pretty much.
Yeah, they got like, at least from what that's what I wish they had, like a male version of Total Divas, just to see like how fucking like management handles the fucking male superstars behind the scenes.
That'd be cool.
Because like I know they got on Lana because like when they had that whole thing when she went, what was it? Yeah, she went up against Naomi when she kept getting those title shots behind the scenes, and then she went on social media and tweeted. He's like, "Oh, my soldier, God damn it, I'm fucking up every word today. Okay. My shoulder was up." And then they didn't like that she did that, but they was like, "Oh, it got so much steam on social media. We're still giving you a match, but don't do that." Then it's like they just don't like people finding ways to get themselves over, or like getting their name mentioned at all. It's like, oh, if you're going to get mentioned, we're going to be the ones that get. I was like, it just seems like they just want to control like everybody.
Yeah.
Under contract with them.
It's like, God forbid someone's allowed to have charisma. Like I'm bringing eyes to your product. Nope. We want to bring eyes to our product.
Think about it. They made that a storyline. with Daniel Bryan.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I remember reading in 2015 that they weren't going to listen to the crowd anymore in terms of who they want, and that's when the Roman Reigns train started. Like, yeah, they're going fully behind Roman Reigns,
Mhm.
and it's been what 4 years, and the mentality's
Mhm.
still there. It's like 3 years,
And
and then
mainly the
hey,
whole Daniel Bryan main event WrestleMania thing happened because CM Punk bounced.
hmm imagine if he still would have stuck around. Makes you wonder.
Then they would have
He would
just
have
went
faced
with
Triple H.
Roman Reigns. Yo, just imagine every year Roman Reigns in the main event. Meanwhile, CM Punk still tried to stick around with hope of being able to main event WrestleMania. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns just in every main event.
CM Punk would have been sick of Roman Reigns at
What
this
do you mean?
point.
That's the fuck he doing
Whoa,
now?
Dave.
Main event and everything.
Yeah.
Like he can. And they they just keep throwing it at the wall like it's gonna stick.
Yo,
I'm like, nigga, nobody wants to
that
see him.
Again, that was the
that
worst ending to a pay-per-view. Like, that
that
is not the way you go off the air on a pay-per-view.
that what's funny is that I was talking to people outside of us, and it was like they watch WrestleMania and they all said the same thing. The entire
It is not,
pay-per-view.
especially when you see like WrestleManias from years past. 22, John Cena lifting up the belt. He'd been champion for a year at that point.
That WrestleMania was great up until the ending.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
what
not-
everybody, what I was watching, looking at crap on social media said too. Yeah.
That show should have ended with the big
Yeah.
turn from Shinsuke and him beating his ass like that, maybe more, and then fading out when he was on the ramp with those like crazy eyes, and that
Yeah.
would have been it.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, we get this dude pissing blood out of his forehead in the ring. We get the promo package of like all the matches leading up to it. They go back to him walking around the ring and up the ramp and looking back like he just lost like Feast of Fire or something. And then it just
The
fades to
worst-
black. I'm like, what the fuck?
The worst part of that match to me was when Brock Lesnar was trying to oversell it with his face reactions. I was just like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh, I thought the worst part was Roman kicking out at one like 4 times. That was like
Crazy to say their Mania 31 match was better.
Yeah.
yeah.
But we didn't have a Seth Rollins to
Here's the
save us.
thing, yo. I think the thing with the Mania 31 match was, one, it was a fresh matchup.
Yeah.
And then two, people were obviously expecting that match to be the main
Wait,
event
that
at
was
WrestleMania.
that was
Right.
30. That was 31, and this is
31.
34.
Yeah.
So this is 4 years in the make. Jesus Christ. Yo.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, people were just looking at it like, okay, well, yeah, they're gonna put Roman Reigns in the main event again. That's not what we want. Okay, we're just gonna watch WrestleMania and hope and give them the benefit. Well, actually, nobody gave them the benefit of the doubt. It was like, yeah, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar are going to be in the main event, but we hope they aren't. Like I said it during the event, that maybe people would have accepted it a little more if they weren't the main event of the show.
Mm-hmm. That they did.
Nobody wanted that
Sucked.
match. Everybody would rather have Braun in the main event. Well,
Okay.
people,
No, I would not have accepted that Braun shit as the main event of WrestleMania. That would have been retarded.
not the Braun Nicholas situation.
Oh,
but at
if
least
Braun
versus
was main
Brock.
event against Brock, yeah.
Oh, dude. And if Braun wins, please
Yeah.
have Braun win something on his own without a fucking kid.
He did, technically.
Yo,
The kid
I was
didn't do
fully.
shit.
Oh, good
I
point.
was expecting them to just be like, "Oh, I am," and then they were like, "Oh, no, you can't do that. You gotta have a partner." And then I'm like, they went through that whole bullshit just to kind of,
Yeah, just
Yeah.
to like.
Just
just
shit
to
on
vacate
it,
the title.
And
Like,
then
that's all they did.
in the meantime, they squashed the entire fucking tag team division.
And then
Mhm.
they completely nullify that the next
Yep.
night. Take the belts are relinquished. Hey, you're gonna give us the belts back? No.
Unless they
We're
just
gonna do
ended
a
up-
tournament.
Unless they just decide they were going to make that thing with Braun, and it was like, okay, you got to come up with a new partner, and he just comes up with a bullshit partner every week until
That
they
would've been
finally
cool.
decide to drop the belts from him.
And now we're gonna have a tournament, which I'm excited for. I like tournaments and eliminating thing, whatever they call it.
It's
But
kind of a tournament because the bar
Yeah.
are already in the
yeah, the bar
technical finals
and
of
blah blah
it.
blah.
yeah.
The authors, no,
The
yeah,
authors of
they're in that shit too. Yeah, the authors of
Are-
pain.
Well, we'll
Are
see
they
where
even
most
in it?
likely
I thought that was
Are
just
they?
a random match.
Oh no, they're not. Oh yeah,
No, it was Hardy and
Yeah, Hardy and Wyatt.
Hardy and Wyatt versus the
they beat Titus.
Revival for the
Oh,
next round.
Wyatt. Also, the best conversation you can see on WWE was between Matt, Jeff, and Bray.
Yeah.
These two, what was that all
He's like,
about?
what was that all about? Because they just talking all this broken universe verbiage.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the
I
fuck
feel
was
great.
that?
I feel wonderful. Oh, I see that you got your condition. Friggin' Matt, you come back from your condition. They're just looking like, what the fuck was that?
I was like, man, what the fuck are you smoking?
And then we have the two unemployed brothers, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They show it to Kurt Angle like, yo, my man, things ain't working out on Tuesdays, so you got an opening job for us or something?
I got one spot. Meanwhile, fucking
yeah.
introduce like 4 new niggas onto the roster.
Right,
And not to mention the TNA burn.
the TNA drop.
Yeah. He's
My
like,
tag
I
team
heard
division
TNA.
is full, but I heard TNA is high.
Here's the thing. I think they can actually name drop that because technically TNA don't exist.
It's not
no
TNA.
more.
Austin
Yeah, it
Aries
doesn't
mentioned that too.
exist
It's like,
anymore.
oh, we're not TNA doesn't exist though. You guys are outdated. Then he also said that they are always hiring and that they don't test for marijuana.
Oh, word.
Hey,
So if you smoke and you're a wrestler, go to TNA. Their offices are not in Nashville anymore, but they are in Canada.
Tower.
Yeah, get
not what I
Austin
want.
Towers in there. Since we got
That's what I
Austin
wanted to
Theories
say,
at
yes.
Access. Yo, Austin Theory wrestled at Access. Like, that's insane. Like, we went from seeing that dude in WWE 4 to I just saw his match at Access. Like, holy shit. Shit is crazy. Where's Austin Towers going to be on Access, damn it? Dude, if Austin gets to be at WrestleMania Access next year over here, I'll go. So Austin Towers, if you listen to this, or I'm going to just tell you on the chat, like if we're not friends with you, go to WrestleMania Access so I can go next year.
He hasn't been in
Screen
he
towel
hasn't
over
been,
all.
he hasn't been in a group chat in a while, but
No, he
shout
he
out.
has.
Wrestling.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he chats. You be showing up. You be asking us to play PUBG, which I still have to download on my
Yeah,
phone.
when you post some ass, he show up.
Yeah. Hey man,
Yes.
he likes some booty. He likes belts too.
Hey man, I don't got nothing. Got no problem with the booty.
I love his look now, the dreads and the dude.
Yo,
So-
yeah, he definitely looks dope.
Yeah,
now.
it's such a badass look now. I like it. Book Austin
Steve, like,
Towers.
what you think?
So for me, he just comes out with Predator mask.
I don't know, man. I never, unless you book a T, I've never been fans of dreads and wrestling. or R-Truth.
Not even Cyrax and Sector or nobody.
Boba Fett.
Nigga, I said in wrestling, nigga.
Boba Fett.
I don't know. I was
Boba
thinking
Fett has
about-
dreads.
Yo,
Wow.
that would be an ill look, yo.
Wow.
Give Waffle Fred some dreads, man.
Boba Fett with dreads.
Yeah, why not? He ain't
What else did
abused
you
it.
What else did you talk about the first half hour? I missed it.
First half hour, we only been talking for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So now, so Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn don't have a job now. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They're nowhere.
until the superstar shakeup.
But they're not employed.
Well, Paige is GM of SmackDown, so she could take him back.
Yeah, and go against the man that just banished them to the Shadow Realm?
It's her house.
No, I want Paige and Styles to have a debate because that's the house that AJ Styles built. And now Paige is in there saying that that's her house. We need answers.
Speaking of that, let's rewind and talk about Paige's
Again? Sure.
Oh, I didn't know you talked about that.
What?
Talk about it again.
Yeah. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Yeah.
Rewind, nigga.
I'm happy though. I'm excited that she's on TV.
Yeah.
And I'm excited that she's still. The thing is, I always get the feeling that, well, not so much for her because she's been sidelined for like the year, but just having, someone that still wants to do.
So what are the chances that she gets like a Daniel Bryan type luck?
Is she gonna
She's
have to
gonna-
work at it?
And
Well,
she's a
you
cyber
gotta see how
a neck augmentation.
bad it actually is.
Yeah.
Because pretty much anybody with a neck injury can get like the Daniel Bryan treatment, where they're like, "Oh, you're out permanently," and next thing you know, you go to doctors, and doctors, and doctors, and doctors, and
either-
doctors later.
it's always going to end up being neck, and they definitely don't play at all when it comes to neck and like
I
brain,
think
brain
that's the
injuries.
thing.
Spine injuries, etc.
That's the thing. It's like I remember when Edge had the neck injury,
Mhm.
and then when he retired, it because he even said it in his retirement speech, your career is kind of on a timetable. It's like, how long does Daniel Bryan have where his neck injury comes back and catches up to him to the point where it's like, do you want to wrestle again? Do you want to keep wrestling, or do you want to be paralyzed? Kind of like what Edge had the choice to make.
But I think for him was like the concussion stuff more so than neck.
And
Just like Corey Graves.
And speaking of injuries, like on the Edge and Christian podcast and shit, they had fucking Bad Jeff over there, and then they kept talking about like Jeff actually having a wrestling related injury for like the first time in his career recently, and he went and said how like nowadays he's a little bit more lazy with the swanton. Like he used to do the swanton and do it in a way that protected other people, but now he's like no, because he messed up his vertebrae at one point when he did the swanton.
Because on Monday, the swanton he gave Curtis Axel, my God,
yeah,
sat on him.
Yeah, because that's what Matt Hardy said. Yo, you said somebody asked him, "What's the worst move you ever taken?" You taking the F5 and German suplex and stuff from Brock and other stuff. He was like, "No, Jeff Hardy swanton."
I think because Matt Hardy took an F5 on the fucking stage.
Yeah, but what was it? Yeah, Matt was all like, "Man, I had to wrestle him through a whole tour in in Europe for 2 weeks straight." He was like,
"Gotta get a swanton each time." Yeah. Shit. That sucks. Especially if it hurts that bad, like he says. I'm not trying to get that.
Yeah, like, what was it? Where they had the triple threat match? That triple threat match when Jeff Hardy became the champion, Edge went and said it might have looked like Triple H was going to try to cover him, but no, he was really going over there, and then he was just looking to make sure that Jeff Hardy didn't land directly on him.
It's crazy because it looks like, especially today's standards, it looks like a simple move. Hey, a guy doing a flat, front roll. But then you just see how he lands on people.
Yeah, he just lands straight up on people. He was like, man,
you don't.
Because before he used to like roll out of it, like he would land and then just kind of like slide out. So
yeah,
it just
he
looked
said
like
he don't
slid.
do that. He said that shit fucks him up.
They don't do a lot.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt him like back
They
then.
don't
But
do a
now,
lot of moves anymore, though.
Yeah, he said that. He said he don't give a fuck about him.
yeah, now that dude just like fuck it.
Yeah, nigga, it's me or you. That's the way I'm moving.
Yeah, that's what he
Yeah,
said.
that's it. Yeah, man. Like you have a long career ahead of you. I'm kind of slow.
Like nobody does the brainbuster moves anymore.
Yo, it like
Based on
but
WWE.
from that podcast, yo, it's crazy to be how like Edge and Matt Hardy could actually still fuck with each other now.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to talk about like putting stuff behind you, and then that's the whole thing that you really should.
Hey, man, that's kind of like when you sit down and you have that conversation with your homie, and you just like, yo, she was a hoe, and you like, yeah.
But they got. I mean, it'd
But
be.
you need to realize, at one point, Matt Hardy was getting ready to fucking propose to her.
Right.
Exactly, and then you find out, and then now you're like, I'm not even mad about it.
Especially like the body count in between both
Exactly.
relationships,
like,
and you look back, you're like, yeah,
she was a hoe, bro.
it was either me or it was gonna be him. It was gonna happen regardless. Let's just be, you have a wife and kids.
I mean,
between
between the three of them, they get along.
Yeah, they're great. I just want Christian in the fucking Hall of Fame already. That's another story.
Edge is in the Hall of Fame, but not Christian.
Yeah.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
That means Edge and Christian is gonna be in the Hall of Fame as a tag team.
No,
Edge is
they
gonna be a
ain't.
2-time.
You're not getting the Ric Flair treatment.
Yes, they are.
No, they don't. Come on, man. Nigga, you talk about
Only
Ric Flair.
Christian just
Ric
give me-
Flair
yeah,
once and the
Ric
Four
Flair.
Horsemen once, compared to Edge and then
Edge
Edge
and
and Christian.
The rated R. Especially Triple H saying that he ain't draw a dime. I remember that promo where he straight up.
Yeah.
I think he called him an asshole. Something like that.
Oh yeah, what?
It's like, oh yeah, that rated R stuff didn't draw a dime, and then he said, "Shit, I forgot what he said."
Because
Oh, I gotta find
I remember that day because Edge, I don't know, because he was talking some crap about Daniel Bryan or something, and he was all like, "Oh," he's like, "Well, you were wrong." He was like, "You wouldn't have said that I wasn't making. You were wrong about me." He's like, "Sorry, kid, but you didn't draw a dime," some shit like that. I was like,
Yeah, I trying to remember what he said back to him. I don't think they have. Oh yeah, I think I found it.
Edge was a great heel.
Yeah, that was during the Authority era.
yeah."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You're not a dictator, Hunter. You're just a dick.
Wait, who said that?
Edge to
Edge,
Triple H.
not
Not
a
a dictator.
dictator, Hunter. You're just a dick. What else can we talk about? Oh,
Did they ever have that? Yeah, they even had
match.
that.
They wrestled before. Oh, no, I don't think they had rated R. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, rated R Edge faced Triple H.
Yeah, when Triple H was a face and went to SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown.
It was on SmackDown.
But he was
Yeah.
just he was on cruise control like 2008.
Like, yo, nobody remembers that reign, and I was like, when he went over to SmackDown as a face, yo. And I was even watching SmackDown at the
Had some
time.
dope ass matches with Jeff Hardy. Like heavyweight champ Jeff Hardy.
Mhm.
So good.
Too
And
bad
then
all
he
his
went-
reigns only lasted.
Then
a
he
month.
left, and then he got attacked by CM Punk, and nothing came from
Yeah,
it.
the loser leaves.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, steel cage, and then he went over to
TNA.
Impact Wrestling and
Here's the
rocked
thing: everybody
Homicide in the back of the head.
speculated that that's where Jeff Hardy was going because when he bounced, like for his send off, he went and said, "See you in the future," and that's
Well,
what his title
mhm.
I used to
See
say
you in
in
the
TNA.
future. Baddest to the top.
I didn't think he was ever gonna go back to WWE at that point.
It was like a clean, what, 8 years?
after,
No, 7 years?
after the drug bust when he was over in TNA and plus
Mm.
showing up to the event high in
Mhm.
TNA, I definitely didn't think he was going to be back in WWE.
Right.
I didn't think Matt Hardy, because there was a point where people thought Matt Hardy's career was over.
People thought Matt Hardy was going to kill himself because of the
That's
stupid fucking video he posted.
Yeah, here's the thing:
That
it's
wasn't
because-
about me. That was about my character. Nigga, what character?
No, this is because at one point, yeah, Matt Hardy was intentionally just doing dumb shit to try to get released from WWE because they
Yeah.
wouldn't release him.
Just trying. And then when he was just not doing anything, he was just posting stuff on the Matt Hardy
And-
brand channel. And
In random non-wrestling related news, the Infinity War movie has already pre-sold more than the last 7 MCU movies combined.
And
but does Thanos get a title shot, though?
Nah.
Oh.
He has an Infinity Gauntlet.
So,
So
niggas
does
about
Brock
to get
Lesnar get a
these
shot at the Infinity Gauntlet? Hell no.
Niggas-
hold on,
about
how long were the pre-sales for the other movies though?
I think the
How
same
long
time,
in advance did they do them?
like a month out.
I don't know.
Who knows?
So
Anyway,
I wanted to touch upon this. SmackDown Women's Division was shaken up on Tuesday.
hey,
A lot
Billie
happened in a
Kay-
10-minute span, 15-minute span.
Billy Kay, and-
Charlotte comes out, has terrible wording. She straight up said, "Who am I gonna make magic with now?"
F8.
No
Whoa.
man came out, and I'm disappointed because that's usually what that means. You make magic with somebody.
Man,
You don't wrestle.
That ain't PG,
I mean, at least
man.
not at a ring. But
Leave-
of course, we
leave
didn't get
Charlotte
Asuka.
alone.
Asuka's nowhere to be seen apparently in SmackDown. Instead, we
Oh.
get.
Yeah, because she's on Raw, nigga.
I know that, but
She wasn't there
She
either.
could have
Yeah,
came
man.
out and, shook her hand again or whatever. And, just something. But instead, we get the iconic duo. Or I guess they're calling them the Iconics with two
The
eyes.
Iconics.
The Iconics.
2 eyes, nigga?
Yeah, the Tron had two
Yeah,
eyes.
nigga, the
Yeah, the Iconics. EE.
But
Came
then
out.
it said Iconic Duo on the shit when they came
Yeah,
out.
but when they put it on the thing on like the YouTube or like Facebook, it just says the Iconics. Unless that was a typo from them.
Who the fuck knows?
But yeah, they came out. They cut a promo. They sounded like Lay Cool again, which is cool.
You know what's funny with the Oscar laws? Going back to that, I was watching I was listening to Taz's podcast about it. Well, a snippet from it when he went on about it. It was like, she should have lost in the beginning.
Says she should have what?
She should have lost like matches in the beginning.
Maybe to Ember Moon. I don't see
Yeah,
any
like,
other
something like
window where
that.
She would have been
Like in a sense that way where it's like she should have lost that way. That way you figure out. That way you don't have to figure out when she's in a big winning streak. Like you figure out how you gonna make her lose. Because it's tough to like when you're built that way. It's like, all right, now you got to figure out how you gonna lose in a convincing way. Because it's like the audience is gonna they're expecting you to lose at that point.
You know who I
Whoa.
feel is gonna get a win streak now? Now that no one has a win streak?
Oh.
Ronda Rousey.
Probably, yeah.
I don't
Oh,
want that.
great.
I need
Ain't
her to
nobody
lose.
beat. Ain't
She
nobody
needs.
beating her.
She needs to lose in the beginning.
I think they
I-
did
No,
that to get rid of a
she-
win streak to start
She
it
ain't
off.
going to after putting in a performance on that in her first match on WrestleMania. There ain't no chance in hell they would go about having her lose now.
Yeah,
I
that
don't want
was
it.
like
Oh my god.
the ultimate show of.
Yeah,
I don't want to see that though.
Yes, you do.
All right.
Yes, you do.
She's
But
gonna
yeah,
be the
back to-
Brock of the women's division.
no, that's the thing, yo. When people can actually, no, here's the thing. Ronda actually showed moves though.
Yeah.
Brock does too.
Brock is just like, hey guys.
The fact
And
of
she's
the
on
matter
a
is
and
the-
she is on a full-time contract, so
Yeah.
it's like
But the fact of the matter is, the thing that people don't like about Brock is that people who saw him back in the mid 2000s
Me.
or the early 2000s or whatever
Me.
knows how many
Me.
moves he has.
Me.
And knows that he can go in the
me.
ring, but he just decides not to.
Dude, 2002, 2003, especially 2003 Brock Lesnar. What?
2002 to 2004 Brock Lesnar. Yeah.
No, not 2004 Brock Lesnar. Because at the
WrestleMania
time he was
20
just
Brock
crying in
Lesnar.
the middle of the ring, give me Goldberg, God. No, and coming up with the
Use
mariachi.
his voice alone.
But 2003 Lesnar, like WrestleMania 19 Lesnar, and then not even that, starting late 2002 when he faced Big Show at Survivor Series. What? Fucking overhead belly to belly suplex to Big Show like he was a nothing. I mean, granted he landed like on his neck, but still.
You think down the line when Brock is older, like he's gonna like, because you know he's gonna be inducted into the Hall of Fame whether we like it or not.
Yeah,
Um,
probably.
I don't think
You think he's gonna have
Actually,
that?
I don't think he want to show up. He's like,
I was gonna say, I
how
don't
much
think
you,
he'll
how
show
much
up
you
to
gonna
his
pay
own
me?
image.
I don't think he's gonna show up, but do you think he's gonna appreciate the way Goldberg appreciated during his speech?
No.
No.
Because Goldberg, like, he really went down and
Yeah.
he appreciated that shit.
Yeah,
He was
but
like,
but then at the same time, like that once his first stretch in WWE, he did not want to talk about that shit at all during his speech.
Nope. It sucked.
He's
sucked.
like, I suck. I don't want to talk about it.
oh, that's what he said. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that was at the Hall of Fame. He's like, yeah, then we had the year. It sucked. I sucked. I didn't mind it. At the time, it was the first time I saw Goldberg.
It was the first time I saw
Anytime?
Goldberg too.
Yeah, like I've had his action figures. I've
I
had,
like
I've seen
what Goldberg
clips.
did during his run, though. Besides the whole Brock Lesnar shit.
Yeah, he just wasn't booked right.
He wasn't booked right. I didn't like the way he was worked with Triple H.
And when he came in,
Evolution.
it was good because he beat The Rock.
No,
I just didn't like the whole.
I didn't mind. Here's the thing: he got over on Evolution most of the time. The only times he really lost was he lost in a 3-on-1 handicap match against Evolution.
In the chamber.
I didn't like the chamber situation.
Yeah.
I didn't like that
I
chamber.
thought was
Like, he
whooping ass
came
in the
out
chamber and then lost.
and it didn't even end. The match just ended because
Yeah,
it just.
stopped. It was
it
just whooping
was-
ass. This dude gets a sledgehammer in there, hits him, and ball game. It's just terrible, and it did nothing for Triple H. He was hurt during that match. That's why he had the shorts. He had a torn groin.
Damn.
That's the reason we had short Triple H with the shorts and shit. He had a torn groin, and he still won he's still defending the fucking
I
championship.
was wondering why all of a sudden he's still
Yeah.
no shorts.
That torn groin. I'm like, why are you wearing? What's with the shorts, buddy? Oh, my dick. Like, oh, okay.
Shut up. Why you gotta say it like that?
So yeah, we have a new women's champion.
I
on
tore my
SmackDown.
groin.
How do we feel about that?
We
We have a cash in.
Well,
Oh,
going back
because-
to Ronda, 6 months from now, between now and SummerSlam, where do you see Ronda
Main eventing SummerSlam
Women's champion.
against Charlotte.
against Charlotte?
Charlotte's gonna win that
I
belt
don't
back.
even know,
Ronda gets
man.
shaken up to SmackDown on next week.
No, Ronda's too big a smart star. Yo, they are not sending her over to SmackDown unless they.
SmackDown has been the best. SmackDown
not
has
Asuka,
ratings
Ronda
wise.
beats
SmackDown
Nia
has been the
Jax.
better show though.
Yeah, unless they trade Nia Jax and Carmella,
Nah, they're not trading the champions.
But the color coordination.
then they just
Yeah.
swapping belts.
Yeah, like that belt can't go.
Yeah.
So would they be?
Oh,
Would they say they're Raw champion even though they didn't win it? They just switched the belt.
Yeah,
Oh, she's a 2-time women's champion by handing over the previous belt.
that's why I hated the fact that they called them the Raw and SmackDown champion.
Right? I like the whole world
Yeah.
thing.
Because before it was just World and WWE. Yo, they
I
made
just
it
love
that
the term,
simple.
Like
You know,
world heavyweight championship.
in my opinion, the Universal title still has no prestige to me. Brock's
Yeah.
Brock's record doesn't mean
I mean, it sets
shit.
the standard for that
It doesn't.
belt, but
It does, but Brock's record doesn't mean shit because he's only the fourth one holding
yeah,
that shit.
for now, it's the belt's what, 2 years old.
Like, if he's breaking CM Punk's record, I just hope
Should
that
just
doesn't.
barely starting a sippy cup. But down the
Why
line-
don't you want him to erase CM Punk's record?
Because that title doesn't relate to
Well, I
the
don't want
CM
to
Punk
erase
record.
the record. It would just start that one for that belt, but it'll be the first time it's done since
Yeah.
Chick Magnet Punk.
But that would be the only point in doing it.
Yo,
Yeah.
it's just weird that Brock's
Like
too-
you know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're gonna pull Nikki Bella and AJ Lee.
Yo, it's just weird that Brock's 2 championship reigns since he came back are going to be longer than any championship reign he had during the time when he was actually a full competitor.
Combined.
And he's not there all the time. He's
Yeah.
only showing up during the big pay-per-views.
No, he shows up during some of. He was there.
Some of the
Great
small-
Balls of Fire, nigga.
Great
Great
nuts.
balls of fire.
Sure, it was like trash matches, but he was there.
I'm going to Carmella. I'm happy for now.
Yeah, I marked out. I was like,
I want to
"Carmella
know.
about
I
to
want to know what
cash
they
in."
did.
Yo, but that time,
I was gonna
You
mention
sure?
that. I was gonna
Cash
mention
in,
for the
what you
second
trying to
time.
do?
For the second time in like years. Last time we saw it was Sheamus, but this time this took the cake. That was
Yeah.
way too
I
long.
was like, nigga.
Cash it in. You sure? Cash it
Mike
in.
Chioda.
I don't
did
know.
it.
Are you sure?
Like,
Cash
like,
it in.
Yo,
Like Mike Chioda, you've been refereeing since the 80s. What the fuck?
I feel like they did that just to like fuck with people into thinking he's like, she ain't gonna win.
Yeah, but it's like she was speaking another language to this guy. Like, cash it in. Like,
yo, her
what the-
voice.
what-
You can hear her voice peak.
Yeah,
There was
she's
no
just
mic.
screeching. Yes.
She screamed the whole time. She's like, oh, that's
Yeah. Then she super kicks Charlotte, gets the pin, gets the belt. She got her side plates backstage, which is a cool moment.
You think she's gonna hold on to that reign for long? I want to see it.
I
won't
don't
see it.
think so.
It's crazy that Baron didn't get the cash in, but she does.
And it's so weird because of the promo afterwards. She was all like, "Oh, he's like, I made history first of all by winning the first women's Money in the Bank by myself." I was
Yep.
like,
Nope.
The second
So
time.
she's like,
The
I
second
think I gotta thank nobody, just me.
she didn't
As if-
even do it by herself the second time, yo. Ellsworth still interfered in the match. She
Then
just
to win the
got
belt,
it.
she just the iconic duo just came in and laid waste, and she won the belt. We already talked about Orton. I don't know why he won I don't know why he's #1 contender, but I don't know. I
Rusev,
want to know what's
so-
going on with Rusev. Is what I'm concerned about right now.
Yeah.
Is he like
That's-
threatening to leave the company?
Yeah, that's my primary concern.
Rusev,
What else?
Unless they
go.
have something bigger planned for him.
Right, like something bigger.
But I don't see it just because of like with Daniel Bryan being back and Shinsuke turning heel and still attacking AJ Styles.
So much you can do.
Like-
you need to add another belt.
like
Then you can bring back the
how,
European title.
Like how long would it be before
I think that's
Rusev-
the issue. Is that
There's not
they-
enough. There's too many
no
great
mid card.
superstars.
They need a solid mid card title.
They have a mid card title, they just
The United
don't-
States.
yeah.
Exactly. They
not
don't do
correct.
shit with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's what I'm
unbooked
saying. They need like
And
solid
then-
competition
and then
for
the
a
IC
mid card
belt.
title.
And then the IC belt on Raw is pretty much what the Universal title should be, but
Yeah.
Universal title is like nowhere to be found. I think Raw needs like for a 3 hour show. I think Raw needs another mid card belt.
Nah.
No.
Like a gimmick belt, like the hardcore championship.
No, more like a European title.
But
Too much.
yeah.
Give him a
Too
TV
much?
title. Yeah, they already got like a whole
Because
brand.
the
The cruiserweights aren't there anymore. They rarely
Yeah.
show up
Yeah,
nowadays.
but you still like as far as what they wanna view as the main roster belts,
Huh,
they have
or-
too many people. I mean they have
or-
too many champions, man.
You know what's funny is that like a lot of I remember back in the '90s, like some of those guys were in storylines just to be in storylines. They didn't. There was no belt. It was just one dude's beefing. They need to bring that back. There's not a lot of that going on.
That's
They
the
don't-
problem.
yeah,
they,
they don't have
they don't know how to
actual
carry a
stories.
storyline.
This is an interesting story
Like,
Well,
that I'm
and-
reading right now. Somebody from the UK who attended the Hall of Fame this weekend had the measles. So everybody that was in there is advised to go get checked.
damn
Because
it.
you might have the measles.
Hold on, how'd he get into the country with the measles?
Very, very good question. He was hospitalized on Saturday after he. Yeah, oh, wait. Oh, he was hospitalized on Saturday before he went.
I'm telling you.
And then that means he went to the rest of. Oh, so he went to He went to the Hall of Fame, NXT, and Mania.
Nigga.
So if he went to the Hall of Fame, NXT, and Mania.
Pretty much,
Go
if he was
get
in
it.
the city of New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah, if you went to the New Orleans and you're just like, if you took a
So-
deep breath in the morning, please go get yourself checked.
So could everybody who actually went to those events and might have came in contact with this nigga be able to fucking sue him for the fact that they got a fucking...
Right, that's a lot of people.
You know what's funny? You know what's sad? I might have to get checked too. Because when I was coming back from Chicago, there was people with like with Money in the Bank briefcases, and it
Oh,
came from.
they cashed in the measles on you in the plane.
Oh, shit.
That sucks. Like that's like I don't. That's how you hear artists say that they don't do like meet and greets or they don't meet up with people because they get sick.
That's why.
That's how Apathy got sick. That made him miss his like father's funeral and shit. Just somebody's super sick shook his hand and whatever he got. I don't know, man. Like if you, I don't know, if you're not feeling well, if you have like something that other people can catch, don't go. Wear a
and
mask.
you
Go in
got
a bubble.
Pookie the Exile in the chat who said what they need to do is juice up their tag team division. Well, at least on Raw, they kind of ruined their tag team division.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is like that. I agree with that, but there's a lot of people I know that thinks that the Raw tag team division is better than the SmackDown tag team
It
It
division.
is.
I'm like,
I mean, I'm not really. I mean,
Not the
I'd
way they
say-
handling it.
yeah, not the way they handle it. While SmackDown could use more tag teams like in the picture, what they're doing with these three right now is good.
Yeah.
Can they add more? Sure. But Raw just has all these tag teams on TV every week. And, you know,
They don't let
Yeah,
anybody build any momentum besides.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's their
what was
revival.
the bar until the bar lost to Braun.
yeah, that's it. It's like, oh, is there revival? And, you know, Gallows and Anderson. And then you just don't feel. It's like they don't feel like their former selves because they're not being
Yeah.
booked like their former selves.
It's like
And then
even,
you have, like-
even
and
the
then you
Young
have,
Bucks had to like on that 100th episode of Being the Elite. The Young Bucks joked about that with the revival when they was talking about
Yeah, they're not
Biff
even
used to do.
relevant anymore.
Yeah, they really aren't. You know, I was like, son, they were put on like match of the night every single takeover, and they were just like a really good
you just
tag
can't-
team, just
Yeah, they were
using
great.
basic tag
Just-
team fundamentals in the ring, and they just don't do shit with them since they came to the main roster.
Yeah, because they got injured. Each of them got injured, and that took like half a year away from them as a team.
Yeah,
Around
probably.
there.
Yeah.
They,
I don't know.
Same thing happened with Samoa Joe. Like he got injured. And he was
yeah,
out for half
Yeah,
a year.
second-
too.
they don't take away momentum from Samoa Joe though. He's right there still.
That dude got injured twice so
Yeah.
far.
Because Vince knows that Samoa Joe can go. So I think Vince knew that he can trust him.
And plus, he sees that Samoa Joe's actually like. Will you realize like how good Samoa Joe is actually on the mic too? Yo, that's the reason why.
Vince keeps him.
Yeah, Joe's
It's
great.
like- and that's the guy that also needs a belt. Like he's on top of, outside of what they're trying to build for Roman and Braun. I think Samoa Joe is like my long shot favorite when it comes to like beating Brock.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Brock, he's like he's the
Yeah.
only other one that's convincing enough to beat Brock. It's like
And they didn't do it.
It said they whole feud consisted of fucking Samoa Joe constantly just jumping this nigga from behind.
Yep.
yeah, he just kept jumping him, and then he lost to one F5. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Well, Roman Reigns has enough stamina and Fortisol from Final Fantasy 13 to withstand 6.
either that or get Shane McMahon to beat Brock, because Shane McMahon
No.
like the strong.
Oh yeah, because Shane and Brock beat the same thing. Diverticulitis, by God.
Yeah, it said Shane came back in a week, man. Brock
Yeah,
retired.
dude, the immense
He didn't
strength
do
of Shane
nothing in
McMahon.
that match. He just laid there because his
Yeah.
stomach.
Hey, Dave, don't be dissing what I do on my downtime. When I'm not here, I'm laying down.
Like, don't be wrong. Diverticulitis sucks. Okay, like I get it, but like, I was watching that match. I was like, dang, you probably did most of the work that match. Like,
Put it this way: GSP won a championship with colitis. The baby form of diverticulitis. Granted, he had to vacate the belt, but still,
Mhm.
he completely walked away from his profession. Shane McMahon's dumbass just shows up. I'm 100% holds his stomach the entire match.
Yeah, that man. I mean, what can you tell
That's
a
me
man?
trying to do anything.
What do you take a man who spent most of his stuff, most of his life just jumping off of stuff, even a
There was
helicopter?
nothing to jump off of in the fucking. Oh wait, they had that big panorama thing above the ring. That could have been cool. I don't know
Nah,
how he would have gotten up there.
he would have found a way. He would have
See,
disappeared.
this is why
Like, "Ah,
WWE
shit,
needs to
man."
incorporate Elevation X
No,
at WrestleMania.
No,
that
Yeah.
was such
no.
a fuck.
Yeah,
Maybe for the cruiserweights.
No.
maybe for the heavyweights.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
No, yeah, I want to see Braun
match.
Strowman. I want to see
You don't
Braun
wanna- you don't
Strowman
wanna
in an
see-
Elevation X match.
Elevation X. He's just gonna
No.
take up the whole panel.
I want
He'll
to see
break the
Big
ring.
Show. I want to see Big Show in an Elevation X match. Let's go there.
I wasn't a
real,
fan of Elevation
Real
X.
talk, I put Elevation X in that same category as that version of the flag match they decided to do, which I knew was going to be fuck shit.
Remember they had the last right.
There were actually some interesting Elevation X matches, man. Don't
I want to
don't
see.
put it on the level of that
There was like,
flag
what,
bullshit.
two?
I want to see women in more ladder matches.
You want to see what?
I want to see the women.
Women
in more
ladder
ladder-
matches.
Oh, I want I want Ultimate X.
What's going on with Paige and Sasha?
I don't know, but
Bailey
in
and Sasha.
I actually
This-
like the way the feud's going because the way they actually booking it is you don't know, like at certain parts of how both of them are acting, you don't know which one of them is going to turn heel if either one of them, or if they just not going to be fucking with each other.
They fuck with each other one week, then they don't fuck with each other.
I
and
thought
they
Bailey
scrap.
came out and then went in the ring and
Sound
then
like
rolled
women.
out the ring. I thought that was
Sounds
funny.
like women.
And she came out and did her whole entrance just to stand on the side of the ring. I'm like, why'd you go in the ring in the first place?
That storyline is just stretched to the point where they reach a boiling point. They just scrap, and then we see
They already
blood out of
did
them.
scrap.
No, I want to
Yeah,
see them scrap
backstage.
more, and then like it would be like a Triple H Shawn Michaels thing from like the early 2000s.
Yo, the fact that Bailey was the one who pulled the fuck shit during the
Yeah.
Battle
Why did you
Royal.
keep it?
Eliminated her.
I was
No,
like,
it
yo,
was
they,
like-
they both shook hands, yo, and then she just tossed Sasha right
Yep,
the fuck
lost
out.
her out.
Nah, I like
That's what Bailey thought she was able.
before they scrapped. I liked how like Sasha was like, "I'm a 4-time women's champion." Bailey was like,
Man,
"How long did you keep it?"
And then she beat her. The next
She beat her.
motherfucker.
It's a legitimate question that we know the answer to. Because stats, bitch.
Mhm.
Jerry Lawler
Oh, he had a
Suffered a
stroke.
stroke
reported that
while
he had a
having
stroke
Fucking
having
Jeff
sex.
Jarrett.
the weekend, 2 weeks before, or a week before WrestleMania weekend.
He had a
So he had a
stroke
stroke.
while having sex.
Hey man, Al Wilson. Except Al Wilson didn't make it. Jerry Lawler has a heart attack. Cannot speak for 3 days. Recovers. Has an indie match against Joey Ryan. Lights his balls on fire. No big deal. Commentates a match at WrestleMania. All in the span of like what, a week and a half.
I
How?
want
Why?
his survival genes?
No,
Like,
I cannot go through that.
I want to be able to go.
Like even
through
if I know I can survive it, I do not want to go
He said
through with
half
it.
of his face was paralyzed, and then he went to sleep and woke up, and he was good. Yo, I was like, what?
Wait, who?
Yo, some people can't even walk after a stroke
Yeah,
anymore.
they said that's what happened when Hov
Oh yeah,
suffered the stroke. He said half of his face ended up.
yeah. It was like
becoming
yeah, he's
paralyzed.
like a droopy face, and
Yeah, and then he woke
it is
up
the
and he was all
weirdest
good.
thing. It's like Rick Ross.
Nigga, he
Rick Ross and Lil
pulling
Wayne.
he pulling that gargoyle shit, yo, because that's what the fuck they did.
That nigga is a gargoyle.
Like it is insane that
Like them
Stuff
niggas
like
would
that
get
happen.
shot, yo, and then they fucking just have to go to sleep, turn to stone, and they wake up and then they good.
because when he had the heart attack on Raw, a week later, not even that same week, the picture shows up and this motherfucker eating steak after a
I was
heart
like,
attack.
nigga.
Like what? Like
Hey,
what are
man.
you doing?
He's a Southern boy.
Like, it's insane. You just gotta. I don't know. I don't know what can be done, but shit, I would be terrified.
Oh, and Pookie the Exile in the chat said that Bobby Lashley is going to be a full-time Brock Lesnar.
That'd be cool. I was
That'd
surprised,
be cool.
honestly.
I want to see Bobby versus Brock eventually.
Yeah, I was
Um,
I was
I always
surprised.
wanted to say, I always wanted to see fucking Brock Lesnar versus Black Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's,
Only
that's
because
what I was
Sober.
calling Bobby when I first saw him,
Yeah,
when he
Black
first
Lesnar.
debuted in WWE.
Only because Bobby can like go, and they're not. Unless Vince wants to make Bobby get suplexed like 1,000 times, I don't see where that can go.
Uh,
Vince realized that Bobby Lashley wasn't signed with him after all because he kept confusing him with Apollo.
She's like, I could
Bobby,
have swore you were a lot
I thought I had you the whole time. We nicknamed you. We took your last name off. Nah, man, that's not me.
Do you
Nigga,
think
what?
Bobby doing that might end up leading to Apollo being released?
Give me Bobby. If they do that, give me Bobby versus Apollo.
Give me
Please.
Bobby. Give me Apollo back on SmackDown.
Don't give me
Give
Bobby
me
versus
just-
Apollo because you know damn well fucking Apollo gonna lose that shit.
Well, then
Yeah.
give me Walking Armageddon Bobby Lashley from Impact.
Or give me the Bobby Lashley that was still fighting in
Yeah, Eddie Edwards.
Hey, Bobby
Yeah.
still showed up with the damn headband.
Yeah, the headband. People are cracking on his eyebrows. He has no eyebrows, so
Yeah.
I think those
Bobby
are tattooed
Lashley?
on. Yeah, he has no eyebrow. He can't grow them back. He has a condition. So the ones you did see, I don't know if they were tattooed or just marked, but he can't grow eyebrows anymore, which is why he wears the headband.
I remember in TNA, this nigga would come out to the ring with no headband and then put the headband on for the match.
Yeah, put the headband on. Because there's nothing to stop the sweat from reaching his eyes. There's no brows.
I'm not used to that, man. Like,
What, the headband? Oh, I'm used to it.
no, I'm not.
Oh,
used
him
to,
coming out with the headband?
No, I'm like in total, like wrestlers who come out with certain entrance attire. I'm used to them taking off shit for a match,
Yeah,
not
instead of putting it on. MVP tweeted out that if he were persuaded correctly to be with Bobby Lashley in WWE, he would return. Because remember, that was a thing in TNA. Him,
Was there-
Lashley,
was
Oh yeah, beat down clean.
Manny King, yep. The
there-
original. And I guess this will be the last bit of news that I talk about. Rey Mysterio is rumored for the Greatest Royal Rumble event on the 27th.
But Bobby Lashley
Yeah.
is 6'2". How tall is Brock Lesnar?
What?
6'4", I think.
6'4".
They weigh about the same, man.
But on the one face, Bobby Lashley, he's not enough money. He's not marketable.
When you realize that technically Bobby Lashley has a better record in MMA than Brock Lesnar, but
Mhm.
Who's a better fighter, Bobby or Brock?
Brock.
Brock, yeah.
Are you thinking the fight Brock will beat Bobby?
Yeah. I would.
Yeah.
I would
don't
say
know.
in terms of like wrestling fundamental, like
I don't
lame.
know. I think Brock had a lot more stamina than Bobby, yo, from when
Yeah.
I last saw Bobby in MMA.
And Bellator, yeah, Bobby was looking kind of huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That nigga
He seems
was
to
on
be
his-
fine at wrestling, which is weird.
He was on his fat CJ shit.
You think Dixie Carter's gonna come back and make an appearance?
No. I
I
don't.
don't- I don't see what she would do.
wouldn't-
Jumping
wouldn't-
topics at this point, my bad.
I think unless they made another, like, fucking thing about Sting for some reason, that's the only
Right.
time she would come back. Or maybe
Or Jeff-
she might come back for some shit about Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, Jeff.
Or EC3.
Yeah.
Jeff Jerito.
Because technically, kayfabe, she is related. Not kayfabe, but storyline wise,
Yeah.
he is related to Dixie Carter.
But they never gonna say what the fuck EC3 even stands for. So.
Yeah, they're just gonna say EC3 the whole
Yeah.
so career.
Ethan Carter 3.
Him and Fandango's gonna be like road buddies.
They should have named him the NX3. No? Okay. I tried. Well, I guess that's it for this week. Weekend events, UFC Fight Night. I don't know what the main event is. I just know that the Karate Hati
You want
is fighting on that event, and I will watch that. I don't know if you guys will watch that.
CM Punk.
No, CM Punk fights June 9th, and he fights Michael Jackson. Don't get surprised, he's not back from the dead. There's a fighter named Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and fucking, what was it? Fuck, I forgot if it was Michael Jackson or fucking what's his name, or some other nigga who beat another nigga named Bret Hart. Yeah, yeah.
Bret Hart.
How do you think CM Punk's gonna fare in this one?
I don't know. Michael Jackson is pretty trash, yo. That's the reason why they matched CM Punk
Yeah,
up
probably.
against him.
Oh, the main event for Saturday is Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. Gaethje?
Yeah, Gaethje.
Gaethje. Nah, I'll still watch it. Well, Carlos Condit fights too against Alex
Oh, the
Oliveira.
natural born killer.
Yeah, and then Michelle Waterson fights Courtney Casey.
Show
Imagine
us.
having two first names.
This
Not
Saturday.
to be conformed.
This Saturday.
Confused with Casey Anthony.
Yeah, this Saturday at 8 at the main card starts at 8. Oh wow, prelims at 6, main card at 8. A little earlier. I'll be watching. I don't know if you guys want to watch that.
I'll probably
And
be
it's
able to
free.
watch-
It's on Fox Sports at 1, so I can stream it.
I'll probably be up watching Formula One later that night.
Well,
Or in
that's
China.
China. Yeah, I'll watch that on Saturday if you guys want to watch. I'll stream it.
With UFC or
Yeah.
Formula One.
Yeah, I am not streaming Formula 1. Nigga, you better. There's not enough money in my bank account for me to stream Formula 1.
I mean, I can stream that.
I ain't sleeping. I'm not gonna lose sleep for cars,
Call
especially when I got.
Wars.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta kill for them
breastfeeding for 3
automobiles.
I'm gonna get food. I'll be right back.
Well, the show won't be right back because that is it for this week.
Yeah,
Thank you guys for
go
joining
ahead
us.
and heal someone.
Yeah, go ahead and heal someone and heal us because
Watch
I'm
us
burnt
next
out.
week
for the rest
where
of
we'll
them.
probably react to another Shinsuke beatdown of fucking AJ Styles.
And we'll find. I
And
know, right? Like
hopefully-
the
and
whole
hopefully
Dutch
he
Shasta.
doesn't- And hopefully he doesn't put Daniel Bryan into another retirement by needing him back.
Right, you need him. I
Yeah,
don't-
he was safe with it though. He barely hit
Yeah.
him with that shit.
And with the damn nut Shasta.
I
Arm
could still
to
be
nuts.
dangerous.
Arm to balls.
But yeah, man. See you
You
next
guys. We'll find out what happens
That's
to
the show?
Bruce.
week. Yeah,
man.
that's it.
We healed somebody.
Yeah.
Wait, who?